Does anyone know where Zayn is?
It's backstage refusing to take part.
I seriously don't want to do it because I hate dancing. A lot of people here from like dancing background. I'm not getting it at all.
How are you doing?
Smooth.
Hurry! Cause I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby. And there's even more girls. How have you not looked on my tape?
This gets better, doesn't it?
Oh, Lula, when I was 13.
Hello,
and welcome to One Direction Infection.
Yeah, we are on episode
6.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Number 6.
Wow. And what are we talking about today?
We are talking about basically before One Direction happens.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Before One Direction.
Before One Direction. All right. Tell me about it.
Yeah. Are we going to talk about...
The dance party?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about the dance party.
Yeah, I feel like we're both kind of tired.
Yes, we are.
Right now because last night we went to a One Direction dance party in Minneapolis.
Mm-hmm. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
It really felt like what I wanted all of like the like high school dances and middle school dances to be like. Like I just wanted every single song to be One Direction and to be like dancing like I did not care, which is what I did.
I know. It was so fun. And like knowing like all the words to everything.
Yes.
Except to be fair, I kind of tuned out a lot when Zayn left as a true Zayn believer. So I was like, there was a lot of Made in the AM songs. I was like, excuse me.
Well, it was the Drag Me Down show, dance party.
Drag Me Down.
Was it Drag Me Down?
Best song ever.
I don't know where I was.
But they did play a lot of stuff from like the first 2 albums, which was so fun. Those are like my favorite ones.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
And everyone was very kind.
Yeah. And it was so crazy like seeing like the more, unpopular, like not the non-single songs. I looked around, everybody knew the words basically. Unless there was like a friend brought along that didn't know One Direction or something. But yeah, it was just like crazy.
Yeah, and when the DJ played Magic and everyone was like going crazy. Like that was so cool.
Yeah, I feel like Up All Night has some club bangers. I was like, I needed it.
This is exactly where that album should be played.
I know. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
So fun.
So healing too.
Yeah, except I was blowing my eardrums out.
Yeah.
It was so loud. And to be fair, like, any loud event is just hard on my ears. Mm-hmm. But it was, like, subwoofing into my eardrums. It was really crazy.
Yeah, it was very loud.
But I did find some earplugs.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't hear anything. So I took it out. It was just a whole journey.
It was. Thank you, Varsity, for providing earplugs.
I feel like venues probably provide earplugs more than I realize. And I was, like, thinking of going up and asking the bartender, do you have earplugs? And then I was like, I looked over and there's just like a jar of it at the bar.
That's nice. Wonderful.
Yeah. I didn't even think to bring my earplugs. We got both of us got like loop earplugs. I didn't even think to bring.
I need to add on to like if I'm going to a show with you, add on to my list of things to do. Remind Summer to bring earplugs.
Yeah, because I have a horrible time. If it's so loud, I just can't believe everybody's just raw dogging their ears out there.
I need to not raw dog my ears.
Oh my god, it was so bad.
It's not good.
Like I was literally felt like nauseous, like I was gonna pass out until I got my earplugs in.
Yeah. I'm just like, yeah.
I'm sure if my ears were different,
yeah,
it would be like that. Mm-hmm. But anyway,
yeah,
that's our weekend.
It was so much fun. I highly recommend if you are a Directioner and there is some kind of 1D dance party and you're like a near city, or if you can go.
Yeah, it's so fun.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had more like One Direction like merch to wear. But anyway.
Yeah.
Moving on to the actual episode itself. So essentially, this episode we're talking about X Factor, Bootcamp, like their first episode of Bootcamp.
Yes, Bootcamp.
But I wanted to start with a couple of tweets of Niall's that I found, and in honor of, you know, things working out at X Factor.
Right.
Eventually.
Like his excitement really. What's the word? What is the phase? It aged well. Those tweets aged well.
Yeah. So he at Niall Official on Twitter. I don't know if he ever changed his username, but that's what it says now. Or his, whatever that's called, his at thing. On January 16th, 2010, applied for X Factor. Hope it all works out.
Baby, and it did.
Or does it?
Right.
We'll have to find out.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
But, oh my god.
That's just so, yeah, tweet about it.
I know. Oh my gosh. So crazy. Oh, and then the other one is from March 21st, 2012. He, like, talks about, well, do you want to read it?
Yeah, I can read it. I remember standing in the queue at Croke Park, Dublin, at 5 a.m. on the 15th of April 2010 for X Factor in the freezing cold. Incredible 2 years. And this was tweeted on March 21st, 2012 at 8:16 a.m.
Oh, well, who knows what time zone that is.
Right, that's true.
But yeah, so he's talking about the producer auditions. I don't know if he remembers that, but he definitely did not have the live judges auditions at that time.
Yeah, right.
So I think that kind of clarifies that the producer auditions for Dublin was April 15th. I've also seen May 15th. So one of those, maybe.
Right. Maybe both? Could it be both? If they had multiple producer auditions?
I don't know, because I was looking... Okay, also on X Factor, they had not included Dublin in their, like, tour for, like, many years.
Okay.
And this was, like, the first year back after, like, I think 3 or 4 years or something like that. Oh. So I don't know if they'd, like, be pulling out all the stops at Dublin.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
But yeah, anyway, X Factor. Unfortunately, I owe my life.
Yeah, I know. What a show.
Okay, next on X Factor. Okay, so after the auditions, everyone who makes it past the auditions get the right amount of yeses. They go to boot camp. We assume that everybody like goes home after auditions and waits until they get to go to London and do boot camp. They don't really ever explain exactly what it is. It's basically just kind of where they get, what am I trying to say? Like, they narrow down the contestants.
Right. It's almost like they're meeting with trainers or, like, coaches to learn more about, or, like, perfect their singing or, like, improve it, or dancing. And, like, that's kind of what it seemed like kind of practicing.
I think it's almost more so of a way to get to know the contestants so that you can cut it down to, like, I think they cut it down to, like, 24 people.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Because there's only so much you can improve on in the span of, like, 5 days.
Right, yeah,
so, yeah. But yeah, so over 200 people that make it through the live auditions.
Wow. That is a significant amount of people.
I know, but it started with like 200,000 people. Right. So
crazy.
And there's probably even way more than that just applied for it, and didn't get through anything or got through only a couple rounds.
Right.
So they are doing all of this at London's Wembley Arena.
How big is that?
I feel like it's really big.
Yeah.
Because I think One Direction, like, performs there later.
Yeah, they certainly do. Because I feel like I remember that being said, like, I remember going there and seeing an artist, and now I'm performing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. So I didn't look up anything beforehand, but just the quick Google search. They have, it's like an indoor arena. Oh, it's the second largest indoor arena after the O2 arena.
Oh.
And they have 12,500 seats.
That's, wow.
Yeah. But I think it's like known for sports and stuff. Like
Okay.
football.
Yeah.
That
makes
sounds
sense.
familiar to
yeah,
me.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. It's this. I had to not trust my skimming. It is the second largest arena in London.
Oh. Wait, what did you say before?
Just the second largest.
Oh, the second largest, yeah.
That makes, yeah, that would not make any sense. But I was just like, okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't understand the difference between like arenas. What's the other thing? Like arena tour, like stadiums.
Oh, yeah.
Like that kind of, I just don't even know.
I feel like it's just capacity.
But I don't know what it means.
I don't know the
If I
technical
knew more
terms.
about sports, maybe I would. Mm-hmm. But like people are like, oh, this person's going on their first ever arena tour, and I'm
Right.
like, what was before that?
Right. Maybe,
What goes after that?
Yeah.
But anyway, moving on. Okay, so Bootcamp, I believe, anyway, based on the anniversary of One Direction, which is July 23rd, 2010. Mm-hmm. Not to get ahead of ourselves.
Right.
So Bootcamp starts July 18th and lasts 5 days until July 22nd, 2010. I feel like there's like another date like floating around. I don't really know why.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it makes sense. Anniversary.
Right.
I know the show says Bootcamp is 5 days.
Right.
So
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
there you go. There's some math. And then the Bootcamp episodes airs on September 25th. And then there's a second one that we'll talk about next time that airs September 26th.
Gotcha. That's so. I mean, I know that's kind of a theme of all of this, but it's like such a like months in between when it's shot and when it airs.
I feel like I'm gaining a really deep understanding of X Factor, at least for this season.
Yeah.
Like they don't really introduce people until they need people for like the voting. They don't introduce it to the public.
Yeah. So it's just kind of like a secret.
I
for
guess.
those months. You just have to go hush
But
hush.
the amount of production involved in this is almost funny to look at because they, like, I feel like, you know, the Brits are very, like, sarcastic and, like, especially, like, 2010 looks so, I don't know what the word is. Like, everything looks a little bit askew. And, like, it's, like, but it really takes a lot of effort to do all of that. Like, man.
I can't even, I don't know. I can only barely imagine. Just from the little I know.
So for Bootcamp, the judges are just Simon and Louis that they're working with to begin with, and there's no live audience this time.
Okay.
I think there was supposed to be.
Oh.
Like there usually would be, but
Yeah. Not this time.
Yeah. But yeah, if you watch like the episodes, there's like so many little clips of all of the boys. Like, just hanging around and reacting to things, or like you see them in the background of stuff, and it's so funny. It's so weird to see them in there.
I know. And it's also so weird to see them like next to each other. Like obviously they're going to be by each other, like cuz it's they're in a group. That's what's happening. But like they didn't really know each other. Like they're acquaintances. Yeah. They're just around each other, but they're like you don't even know. But
like they're they're in the boys category. So they're probably hanging out within the boys category, which is basically males 25 and under, or under 25. Years old, I mean.
Yeah.
So they vaguely know each person, I feel like.
Right. Yeah. They at least like know the names, probably like very basic information.
I don't know. I don't think they know their names.
Okay.
Because there's like probably 50 of them.
Yeah.
In that category. But yeah. So by the end of the first bootcamp day, they're going to be getting rid of over half of everybody. So it's going to be like around 100 people, I think.
Oh my god. That's still so much. That's still
I know.
so many people.
I know. But half.
Yeah.
Split in half. So, yeah, like I said, I guess I just mentioned this, but everyone is split into categories. Girls, boys, over 25s.
I don't know why that's so funny. I don't know why that's so funny
Like,
to me.
what the hell? Like, if you're over 25, you have to be in a different category. You're no
Completely.
longer a girl or a boy.
Nope. That part of you is completely deleted in the eyes of X Factor.
Oh my god. And then the other category is groups. So that's
Okay.
like, your boy bands, your girl groups.
So there are some that were already established going into X Factor. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one that I think made it pretty far through the show. It's like these two guys. Mm-hmm. They almost seem like brothers. I don't even know. Don't expect me to know everything about the show, okay?
No.
Do not. Don't even expect me to know everything about what we're talking about, honestly.
Real.
Anything could be false.
Anything we say could
I'm just
be
a
wrong.
girl. I'm just a girl.
We are literally just here.
But there's this one group. It's just two guys. And they have this, like, weird, like, emo kind of look. 2010s alternative emo. Not too hardcore, goth or anything.
Love that.
But they're called Diva Fever. Diva Fever.
How far does
Basically
they get?
rhymes if you're in a British accent.
Yeah, it does. That's why they chose it, I bet. You wouldn't know, but I wonder how far they got.
I think they got pretty far. Before I say anything else, I just want to look it up now. That's what I'm going to do now, because I feel like I've said a few false comments that I just have to, like, have had to cut out, or just, like, be like, I hope nobody cares that I just said something wrong.
We are lying to you. We're changing this podcast to Diva Fever Infection.
Oh, yeah, they were eliminated in week 2, which I think means week 2 of the performances, like, where they're doing it for the like live audience and stuff.
Yeah, they're like.
So that's not too bad.
Yeah, they got pretty far, but it looks like they didn't do anything after that, which is fair.
Okay. Anyway, you can look into that further if you're interested. Okay. So anyway, each of the categories are practicing a song and getting coached within their group. So the boys are singing "Man in the Mirror." That's what they're singing.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Also, wanted to mention a couple other contestants in this series. Cher Lloyd.
Yes.
So she's here. She's 16.
16.
Oh, my gosh. She's such a little diva.
Uh-huh.
She's just so, like, very, like, unique. I don't know.
Yeah. What was her big hit? I listened to it so much, but I can't think of it right now. Want You Back. Yes. That song, I literally, like, I had that song on repeat. That music video too, where she's like in a little diner and she's just dancing around and like, yeah, little diva.
Yeah.
It was so fun. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so, like, endearing seeing her, like, these, like, early days. Like, but yeah. I think she had the X Factor.
I agree. I really agree.
Oh, yeah. So Cher recently had an interview, and she was talking about how, like, Liam was the kindest person, and, like, the fact that she lived with One Direction during X Factor, but she lived with One Direction.
Literally.
So funny.
And, like, it's one of those things where, like, she didn't even know, It was before even understanding.
She just knew them as nice guys.
Exactly. Like, on that personal level of living with someone before.
Yeah.
I just want to say, like, One Direction, having my journey with them, I think really helped me. I've never met such caring, lovely guys. And they were young, same as me. But they were all such good people. No ego. Decent people who loved to sing as much as I did. And that's one of the biggest things that I'd love to share about Liam. He sung from his heart, and it was a gift. Liam had a gift, and I just think I'll always remember that about him. There was no one quite like him. we were very close knit. It was like this little family, and we had such fun. Like, oh, we'd get into the back of Addison Lee's in taxis, and we'd be like chased by paparazzi, and we all thought it was the funniest thing in the world. Zayn would put on a song on his phone, and we'd be singing along to the song, and like it was almost like we had this like duo going on, and just so many good memories. Yes. Cooking together, listening to music, playing games. Like a kid should be having fun. It makes me remember all the good points about being on the show. It wasn't all dark. It really wasn't. But getting to be with people my age as well. And I hadn't ever left my small town. And then all of a sudden I'm in London. I've met all of these new, interesting, cool people. And I'm getting to know them. And literally having the best time of my life. Some of the best memories of when we weren't filming. And we were just hanging out.
Wild connection. Mm-hmm. So also, Jade. From Little Mix. Mm-hmm. And also, Jade within her own right.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Is in this season.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know, Little Mix's history. Because I'm pretty sure this is... I don't know if this is Jade's first time on X Factor.
Oh. I mean, I knew they were on X Factor after One Direction. And they won it. But I don't remember any of the details. But I was a mixer.
You were what?
I was
a mixer.
Yeah. And I just want to say this season of X Factor had a lot of iconic people in it.
It does? Who else?
Just Jade and Cher Lloyd. That's what I mean.
Oh, I was like,
and
what else are you saying here?
No, just them. But I know they won X Factor. What?
She was on X Factor 3 times.
Oh my god.
So I think she was on once.
Yeah.
This season, before I say anything, let me just fact check myself here.
We love this in immediate researching.
So in 2008, she auditioned for X Factor at 15.
Okay.
And then in 2010, she's back.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then 2011 at 18, she's back.
Wow. I'm glad she came back.
Yeah. Try again.
Exactly, yeah.
All before, not before 18, but, that's so young to...
It is.
Wow. But also her, solo music is so good.
Mm-hmm. I haven't, I've listened to some of it, a little bit of it, but not, super intently. The same thing with, all of this is off topic, but all of the solo music of Little Mix I haven't really gotten into. I think I'm still recovering from them taking a hiatus.
I cannot look at Jessie the same.
No.
It's just really hard.
It is really hard. Yeah, I don't know if I have anything to say about her right now.
Oh, no. That's just kind of, let's move along.
Yep, and we continue with our program.
Yeah. But yeah, so anyway, in this episode, there's a tiny segment of Liam being interviewed about the boys practicing. There's also a tiny clip of Harry singing. He's wearing a black polo and a fedora.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fashion.
There's just an epidemic of hats in this band.
Yeah. Hats have really evolved.
In life.
And they continue to evolve. That is what...
It looks like a little straw fedora or something.
With that band around it.
Yeah. And also it's just it's so weird to picture and imagine and also see them singing alone. Mm-hmm. And they're just so young and they're just singing their little hearts out as solo acts.
Yeah, right.
Apparently they all make it through.
Mm-hmm.
Day one of boot camp.
Mm-hmm. And okay, wait. Sorry, I think I missed it, but you might have said this. So after day 1, they get rid of half the people. Okay, yes. Okay, I just wanted to confirm that. So on day 2, there's only 100 people only.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. One thing because when I was watching these clips, I would kind of just watch a little before and a little after. Everyone is just so genuine it seems like, from the little that I watch. And they're all so excited and enthusiastic to be there. And I think it was fun. It was fun to watch all those, like, all these these young people just wanting to be there and participate in this event. It was nice.
I know. Yeah. It's so weird. Like, this is, like, one of the last times we're gonna see, like, the members of One Direction interacting in a, like, candid way.
Right. Completely,
and, like, even though we barely get any of that, but just seeing them interact in just, like, a genuine way, like, without any media training, especially. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's, like, a little clip of Niall celebrating, and then Zayn and Harry are kind of, like, celebrating with each other, which is cute.
Yes.
And then also, like, when Zayn went on that podcast, Call Her Daddy, and he said that he met Harry in line for X Factor, they, like, showed a picture of them two together, which implied that that's a picture from when they met. To me, that's what I thought. Okay. But this picture, they're wearing the same outfit, so it's from this day.
Oh my god. Yeah, right.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Connecting.
That's cute. That's fun.
So now it's day 2 of boot camp, and Simon... Oh my god, hold on. Simon tells all the contestants they're going to learn to dance.
Nightmares.
I do understand it, but it is interesting because this is a singing competition.
Right.
So, where were this is what I wrote in my notes. Where were they informed they would have to dance? Signed, Zayn, Defender.
You know, that is a good question. That is a really good question. Was it in a contract? No. Like, was it fine print? Like, because it is, you're right, it is a singing competition, and their reasoning is to see people showing off their skills and, like, you know, how confident they are, even if they're doing something wrong. Are they still doing it, and whatever, you know, like, they're seeing if they have that X factor and, like, the uniqueness. But like you said, it's a singing competition.
Yeah, and to be fair, they're not, like, using the dancing as, like, they're not cutting anybody because of the dancing, which is good.
Yeah. That would be we wouldn't be here right now.
Oh my god. But yeah, like, there are some professional dancers, like, or people just have experience with dancing in the mix, in the groups. But for the most part, everyone, like, learning how to dance together just looks so funny to me. And maybe it's just because they're not super experienced, but and I don't really know anything about dancing, even though we were on our little high school dance team.
Yep.
For a second there.
Yep. I know the basics of counting and moving your body in a specific way you're supposed to move it. But yeah,
I don't think we ever were cohesive, though.
No, I think it was fun.
Yeah,
it was a fun time.
Not the performing, though.
No, that was
horrible.
Hell.
Get me out.
Oh my god, it was like that. I would not, like, I would perform again for band concerts, choir concerts, solos, whatever. But those dance performances, no.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was horrible. Nobody respected us.
No one respected us.
We were like, because there were no cheerleaders, so, like, we were basically, like, that fill-in, I guess. I don't know.
But we didn't even cheer. Like, we weren't.
No, we were not cheerleaders.
No.
But if there were, maybe we wouldn't have gotten a spot.
Yeah.
But even cheerleaders, like, nobody wanted cheerleaders. Nobody, like, respected that idea, so, like, I don't think dancing was very much more respected either. But anyway,
we would probably go on.
I didn't realize I was gonna. I forgot I have all these experiences with, like, performing.
Yeah,
like, I relate to One Direction, actually. At least at this time.
I mean, we were performers at 16 years old. Yeah. Yeah. And we relate to One Direction.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so the dancing, I guess there is kind of like an exercise, like for stage presence, because even if you're not a dancer, you still need to have stage presence. But the dance, like, again, I don't know anything about dance, but it felt kind of, the choreography seemed kind of difficult, especially to be cohesive within a group,
right?
Like, and learn like on the spot, and like it feels really irrelevant for a lot of the contestants.
I agree. I do agree, especially like with there being so many, being like cohesive and I can't, synchronized. That's impossible if you are all learning this in a day. Like, and I'm sure that wasn't their expectation. Hopefully, if it was, what the fuck? But like it's just like, that's crazy. That's insane. The expectation they had of them to be doing this in a day in such a large group of people, and the fact that a lot of these people didn't really have dancing backgrounds, and it wasn't necessary for them to be doing this. Yeah,
there's another contestant who's in the over 25s, because she's like in her 40s, I think. Her name's Mary. I really like her.
Yes. Yeah.
But she was like, her leg was like spasming or something.
Yeah.
She was having like basically an injury.
Yes.
And she was still like, I still have to try it. And they were like, good for you, girl.
I know.
Like, thank you for, like, that showed dedication. I'm like, she's gonna go to the hospital or something. Like, that's not good.
Like, any injury that she has is just gonna get worse because she's trying to do this thing that she doesn't need to do to, like, prove that she has the X factor and is a talented singer. Like, and she was talking about how she felt, what she said, she was like, I feel like I let myself down because I'm struggling with this. And I was like, girlie, you're doing amazing. The fact that you're still here, and
it's just like the ageism and like the fat phobia too. Like, hello, I'm sorry, but like someone like a really good, if you're like a vocalist, I don't really see like you dancing. Like, you don't need to be.
No.
I'm trying to think of people, but I don't know if I could definitely confirm that somebody like Adele or like, I don't know, like Ariana Grande or someone isn't dancing. But really, that's not what people, you don't need to do that.
No, because you can be a amazing performer and you don't have to have strict choreography.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Just stage presence and but a lot of like there's a lot of rewards in this on this show and in the industry for overworking yourself. Like, that's like obviously like obvious, and showing your dedication through kind of like breaking your body and your mind and like just like overdoing it basically.
Yeah. Yep. No notes. Exactly.
But yeah, anyway, as I said before, if you watch these episodes, there's so many little glimpses of all the boys, and they're like usually like in the background or something, but I just cannot believe they're actually there. Like, they're back there. There he is back there, and they're usually separated. Like, they're not all, friends yet, really.
Yeah.
And like Louis by himself with some guy, I don't know, and like he's like goofing off back there, and it's just so funny. Like, I'm like, how is this real? How are you real? I'm like, everyone needs to be treating you like royalty. Hello, this is One Direction.
Right, exactly. Like, they didn't, like, they didn't know that this is going, like.
You should know. You should have an instinct.
Right, exactly. Where is your natural
I would know.
instinct? Right. If we were there, we would look at them in the eyes and be like, you're going to be part of One Direction.
Yeah. Be like, you are special. You 5 separate boys.
Exactly.
But anyway, they're dancing to a Telephone by Lady Gaga.
By Lady Gaga.
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 Oh. Let me just drink of water. This is so hot in here.
I am boiling. Talk about a struggle for performance.
What can I say? I live in the arts.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. now we move on to the next segment.
Yes, I'm so excited to talk about this.
So they're all dancing, and Zayn gets his own segment. So funny. Okay. So he's like telling like the camera about he's like new to dancing and he doesn't know what he's doing, etc. And like he says like a lot of other people have like dancing background and stuff, and like Louis is behind him just like goofing off and like waving his arm around and stuff.
Like that is so funny.
A lot of people here from like dancing backgrounds and they've had like experience in the past, and it's a new thing for me, so I'm not getting it at all, and it's just getting frustrating now.
So the guy who's like helping them with dancing, I didn't bother to learn his name. The dancing host guy is like, this is really hard for a non-dancer, so they better be a good singer, because if they can't sing and they can't move, they have no place to be here. Like, again, singing competition.
Literally, I also didn't try to learn his name, and I don't know this man. I don't think I'll ever see this man again, but I don't have positive feelings towards this man. And I understand that he's just doing his job, but I don't like it. I don't like it.
Okay, so after hold on a minute. Okay, after practicing, they have to perform for the judges in their own category. So the boys' category is first on the show. First of all, my little Niall.
Yeah.
He is so behind
and
so bad.
I know. And like just it's so entertaining to watch, because like obviously like as a teenager you feel like your body is like so awkward, and especially when you're learning something that you, like, one, not comfortable in dancing, two, learning a choreography that you've probably spent maybe 2 hours on. It's just entertaining to watch. And I say that as someone who was a teenager trying to dance, and we only had like 45 minutes to an hour learning after school. And then we got that one, like, that literally professional dancer in the front who is like, what's that one TikTok sound that's like, why am I the only one serving pussy? Is it pussy or cunt? I don't know. Why am I the only one? Oh, I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
I don't know.
About.
It's like, oh, why am I the only one popping pussy right now? And it's like,
I don't recall that.
That's okay, but it's there. That's what that reminds me of.
So, yeah. So, they're saying Niall is like, they're like, who's that? he's all over the. They said he's all over the place.
Real. He's so real for that.
Then Simon notices they're missing someone, and Zayn is not there. And the narrator, like the behind the camera, not behind the camera, but like the voiceover narrator is like, he's backstage refusing to take part.
Oh my god.
And then they cut to Zayn. He's like, I don't want to attempt the accent. It's so hard to like try to do the accent.
I know it, like, because you're getting into character, you know.
Yeah, like it doesn't sound like me saying it in an American accent.
Right. Yeah. But we don't get the same effect.
Whatever. He says, I seriously. Oh my god, I have to calm down. He says, I seriously don't want to do it because I hate dancing. And he says other stuff too. Like you can tell he's like insecure. He's nervous and feeling intimidated by everyone else.
I seriously don't want to do it because I hate dancing, and I've never done it before, and I just feel like an idiot on the stage trying to dance with other people that are clearly better than me, and I just feel like an idiot. I'm not doing it.
He's anxious.
Yes.
He's a little baby boy. And he needs to take a page out of Niall's book and just be wrong.
Literally like. But everyone, like, you see people behind him. You see Louis goofing off. You see Niall completely behind, and they're just doing it. It's like, it's okay. I understand. It's scary.
Yeah, you might get called out.
Which is sucks.
Who's that? Who's that one that's like 3 seconds behind?
Right. But you are gonna do better, I'm sure, than the people that are Niall.
Oh.
Sorry, Niall. I love you so much.
Not good. But it really feels like the other boys are just kind of having fun with it.
Yes, 100%.
And they're taking it seriously. Like, Harry's taking it seriously.
He was locked in.
He was. But at the same time, they were, like, having fun with it. It's kind of like a play, almost.
Yeah.
Like a playtime.
Yes.
Playing.
Yeah.
So Simon finds him backstage and basically talks to him and convinces him to do it. But he's just like, Zayn, what's wrong? You can't do this to yourself. He's, like, basically bullying him.
No, I know.
And I'm like, how did that even work?
I rolled my eyes. And I was like, what? Like, this is so... It feels so inauthentic. Like, I'm like, what are you doing, Simon? Like, yeah, you're the host. You're trying to motivate this kid to go and dance. Like, you can be a little bit more supportive. Be a little bit more like, I know this is hard. But let's go keep trying. Let's keep doing this. This is the only time you'll have to synchronize dance or something. Yeah. You know, like something. Come on, Simon.
Not even in your boy band.
Right. That you don't know about yet. But yeah. Like, literally, come on, dude. I know you're supposed to be the mean one or whatever, but this is an intimate moment where you can show another side of yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that you didn't do well. My opinion.
To be fair, like, Zayn listens to him, or whatever, and he does go out and try it, and he basically is like, yeah, I needed to. He was right. I needed to do it for myself. Yeah. Basically.
Zayn, you're ruining this for yourself. I'm trying to help you here. So if you can't do it now, you're never going to be able to do it. Don't do that again, right?
Yeah, Simon came backstage and basically told me to do it, otherwise I'm just ruining it for myself. It sort of makes sense, so I just thought, might as well just give it a go.
So, yeah. He does it. You can't just not do it, I guess.
Yep. I'm proud of you, Zayn.
But yeah, the choreography, honestly, to me, looks really funny.
Yes.
And, like I said many times already, I think it would probably look better with just experienced dancers. But it just looks like, what? I can't even tell what they're trying to do.
No. It looks a lot like a flailing arms, weird bending like they're bending over a lot. And I don't know.
Yeah. I need to watch it again.
Right.
Harry has such a serious look on his face.
I can't.
And also, Zayn does better than Niall.
Right. No, I know. I was going to say Zayn does, like, he's it's not bad. I'm like, I understand.
I love him.
I understand that you're anxious, but you're not. This is not bad. Like, you're doing fine.
Freestyling, it looks so funny.
Oh my god. But like, yeah, it's really not bad. It's definitely not. It was definitely not Niall.
So after everyone dances for the judges, they indeed do not make any cuts for the dancing. Thank God.
Thank God.
Our boys would have been. Sometimes I look at my notes and I'm like, quote, our boys would have been sent home for real, end quote.
Again, we would not be here.
It's also so funny that One Direction literally just never really danced.
Yeah. I love it.
Like, despite all of this turmoil of this day.
I know. Like, what was it for?
What is it all for? They did have choreography, but it's not really dancing.
No.
Okay, now it's day 4 of Bootcamp.
Wow.
Nicole Scherzinger is back.
Yeah!
Oh, that sounds crazy.
That was supposed to be my celebration.
It sounds like an old man that can't do very much.
And that is perfect.
So she literally walked in, and I assume they gave her this line, but I just hope that she just said it off the cuff. She said, "This is where we separate the boys from the men and the pussycats from the dolls."
Iconic.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
This is, I guess, where we separate the boys from the men and the pussycats from the dolls. Have fun and kick some butt.
So there's like a little clip. Also, okay, by the way, if you watch these videos, if you go to like the X Factor YouTube videos that are publicly available, I don't know how that works. Someone in the comments will have like timestamps for like where like the clips of all the One Direction members are, so for your convenience.
They are the pillars of society.
Yeah. But again, if you watch the whole episode, you will see little tiny clips and stuff in the background that they didn't necessarily include in that because it's not substantial, but yes.
They're like little treats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's like a little segment of Harry singing, and I don't even know what song he's singing.
I couldn't figure it out either.
And I don't think they say, but he's like talking to the camera about how being there has made him want it more, and he really doesn't want to go back home.
Yeah.
And he's wearing a white polo. The collar is popped. Who told you to do that? Is that what you do? Or did you do it for X Factor?
That I don't know. Like, did he? Yeah, I'm wondering. Was there someone behind the scenes being like, "Hey, let's talk about your outfit," or like, was he just like, "This looks cool, let's pop it," and no hat this time?
Yeah, he's wearing these weird like baggy khakis and Toms.
Wow, little kind of casual look this time with a popped collar.
Yeah,
those jeans are so low,
and he's wearing these weird jeans. The pants?
The pants. It would be pants, yeah. The pants are so low.
Yeah, of course.
It's jarring almost.
So it looks like the same day as another segment we're going to talk about later. Based on his outfit. So yeah, there's a lot. I guess we just said this, but there's a lot of young kids here. Like Cher Lloyd is 16. I think Jade is 16 or 17, somewhere around there. So yeah, I guess it is good that they raised the age limit from 14.
That's crazy.
You don't need a record label at 14.
No, you absolutely do not. No.
But yeah, there was like another kid performing, and Nicole said he would be really great in a boy band.
Oh my god.
Foreshadowing. So this performance that they do this day determines whether they get cut or not.
Okay.
But the judges don't it's very different from the auditions because the judges don't make any comments or any decisions while they're on the stage. They just kind of like thank you, and they just the contestant just leaves.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, wow, no feedback this time.
Yeah, they don't make any comments. They just kind of there's sometimes you'll see them making comments to each other as the judges, but that's it.
And there was an audience for this performance, was there? I feel like there was a small
It was
one.
the other contestants.
Oh, okay. That's I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hoofday. I should put my hair up.
Yeah, I feel I like touched my I don't know, I touched a part of my body and I was like sweating and I was like, whoa.
I touched a part of my body and I was sweating, and at that moment I realized.
And at that moment I knew I was sweaty.
And then Liam has like another little segment, and they go over how he was cut 2 years ago, and they show his audition from this year, the Cry Me a River audition. He's nervous to perform this one because his last one, like, he felt really good about it.
Yeah.
But he had like a year to work on that.
Right.
And this one, he only had 24 hours to work on.
That would be so scary.
I know. But he walks on stage and he's so like charming.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know.
Just like the way he's like, hi, like, hello, like, you know, like he's like saying hello and he's like, he seems like he's confident, but also like polite.
So yeah, he sings Stop Crying Your Heart Out by Oasis. And yeah, to me, like, he sounds pretty good. Like, he sounds good.
I agree.
And the judges like him. And I think Louis says, like, the girls are gonna like him. Louis really likes him.
Yeah, I agree. I know. I noticed that too.
But Simon is starting to be a little asshole, and he's like, I think he says like he might be like one-dimensional.
That is, you're talking about someone who is just beginning their singing career. Like you as someone who, okay, you know what? I will go into this and it will be a while. And we have more time to talk about Simon, so let's continue.
Oh. Yeah. It's just interesting because I feel like the judges, especially Simon specifically, are expecting the confidence and sense of self and identity of someone in their like mid to late 20s and older.
Right.
So,
yeah.
That is the end of episode 7 of X Factor.
Wow.
Bootcamp episode. But we do have Extra Factor to talk about. So the what airs right after X Factor is extra content. So first of all, in this episode, there's this I feel like maybe I just realized I could be saying the timestamps.
Oh yeah.
I don't need it doesn't need to be like a secret.
A little secret. This is top secret information.
Yeah. But there's a clip of this kid like singing in practice, and Liam is standing right next to him, and he sounds so weird, and Liam's face is just like he's like, what is going on, but trying to be nice about it.
Yeah, he looks a little concerned. A mix of concern, a mix of like I'm
he's like looking around,
like a little uncomfortable. I don't. It's incredible. It's an.
But if you go to the Extra Factor 2010 auditions, episode 7, part 1 on YouTube, it's 8 minutes and 34 seconds.
And you will. It's a good clip.
You can barely like see his eyes, but he's like looking around. Oh my god, I can't even explain it.
He almost looks confused.
Yeah, he looks confused and concerned.
Yeah.
So next we have our Harry segment. It's so weird. It's funny. It's funny, but I have thoughts as well.
Yeah.
So they start with like talking to this contestant named Katie, and the host or the presenter of Extra Factor is like, so do you like Harry? And she's like, he's just very pretty and he's like a beautiful person. I'm like, oh my god, girl, yes, heart on your sleeve, girl.
Literally.
Yes.
I just think he's very pretty. He's like a beautiful person. Aww.
And so the presenter is like, would you like us to set you up with him? And she was like, yeah, that would be hilarious. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Would you like us to set you up with a romantic dinner with Harry?
That would be hilarious.
Like, yes, it would be hilarious. Like, you're on this singing competition. Yeah, set me up with Harry.
That'd be hilarious.
So funny.
I haven't been dreaming about it or anything.
Right.
Oh, also she was asking, like, have you kissed him yet?
Yeah.
Have you hugged him yet? Have you held hands? Have you smelt him yet? How about a little smell when you're hugging? Just a secret one? I'm like, British TV is so weird.
It's so weird.
Have you kissed him yet?
No.
Have you kissed him?
No.
On the cheek?
Don't be silly.
Hold his hand?
No.
Hugged him?
Yeah.
Smelt him? During the hug? Accidental smell?
No.
But they like go to the next like clip, and they set up this dinky little table backstage for them to like eat. I don't know if they actually ate food because I don't know what they're eating. It looks like rice or something.
It looked like it looked like it could be fake.
And like these
like it was just stage food.
Like water glasses, wine glasses with like a rose, and it looks so funny. You just have to watch it.
Yes.
I can't even how much can I even narrate the situation? You just have to see it.
Literally go watch it. Pause, go watch it, come back.
But I mean, it basically is like a skit.
Yeah.
I don't know, I really wish I knew, like, what they told them to do. Like, were they like, here's your lines, like, here's what we want you to say, or were they like, just go along with the situation we're gonna present to you?
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I get that it's a skit, but it's just weird, even though it is still, like, funny. But, like, why is Harry just, this show and this industry is just so great at sexualizing these boys.
Yeah.
And Harry specifically.
Yeah, like, thinking about Harry specifically, like, from the get-go, it's, like, put on him that he's, like, a ladies' man, he's a cheater, he's talking to all these women.
He's 16.
He's 16.
And he's just standing there, like, laughing, because what else are you supposed to do?
Right. Like, and, like, yeah, it's so weird. Like,
and it is, like, something that is of the time, too.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Not that makes it any better or anything, but I can see how it's more normalized back then.
Mm-hmm. Like, and, yeah. Yep.
So then they show him, like, with a bunch of girls talking to them and, like, laughing and stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
And one of the girls is Jade. And then he, like, the girls are all standing and talking, and they're, like, trying to pretend like they're finding out that Harry's dating all of them. And then Harry, like, walks out with his popped white polo collar, and get this, Teenage Dirtbag is playing as he walks in.
Oh my god.
So now there's 3 of them. Well, I thought it was just me, to be honest, but... Hurry! Unbelievable! How many are there?
So they have this, like, fake altercation with each other, and Harry's just, like, laughing the whole time. It doesn't really feel like... Maybe it looks like he's acting the part. Like, I don't know, I'm just a boy.
Right.
Like, that's, like, supposed to be what the part he's playing.
Boys will be boys. Like, how can I not when all these beautiful women are around?
But honestly, like, nobody's really acting very well, but except Jade actually seems mad.
Right.
But I think she's just acting.
I agree. Like, it looks like she pulled out her acting card.
Yeah.
Like, she was like, I am, like, hands on hips, like, face serious. Like, I'm like,
yeah,
you actually seem like you're upset about something.
Yeah. And she could be.
She could be.
I know, like, later on, they had, like, a little thing. I don't know if they ever dated.
Yeah.
They might have been on a date or something.
Yeah.
Jade and then, like, and then, like, Harry, like, didn't, like, I think it was when the band was taking off, and Harry, like, didn't really keep in touch with her.
That's
fair.
So
she, like, brought that up recently.
Yeah.
And then there's, like, this older man contestant. He's, like, a Brazilian guy, and he, like, picks him up and carries Harry off. And also, Harry's pants are dangerously close to falling off his body. And I think he's still wearing a belt, too, so I'm like...
What is going on? Pull
your pants up.
Please.
Who likes this?
Please, Harry.
Is there a single woman that likes that?
I don't know.
It feels like it's just men being like, we're all bros together, guys, with our baggy pants. They're gonna fall off.
And collars popped.
Yeah, so that's the end of that segment. But yes, please watch it. It's so funny. It's like, I don't think I saw that until a few months ago. I saw that for, like, the first time, like, recently.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing that earlier.
Next, Simon is talking about Liam, and he's like saying, you have to stand out. He said, hold on a minute. he said a year or 2 ago, he would have thought Liam would be good for the show. You did think that a year or 2 ago, specifically 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And you cut him, and I get that he was 14. I really do. I get it. But, like, what are you saying? It feels like you don't know what you're talking about.
No, this portion, like, this made me so angry watching this, like, little Simon interview where he's talking about Liam, and only Liam, at least that we see. It just, like, it really pissed me off. Like, genuinely. I was like, this is ridiculous.
I know. And he said, like, now he bores the pants off of me.
Stupid.
And mind you, pants means underwear.
Yeah.
In the UK.
What the fuck? Okay, Simon, then do something about it. Aren't you there to encourage these people to be the next big pop star.
He just doesn't see it, I guess. Like, he was saying, like, what did he say? Like, you want to be able to throw anything at them. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe get someone who's a fully grown adult then.
That, exactly, yeah.
Because, like, you can't get a 16-year-old who's, like, a born-made star right in front, like,
no.
who hasn't been already, you know, indoctrinated in the industry, like a nepotism situation or something like that.
Exactly.
Like, you're not gonna get someone who's just, like, 16, which is, you clearly want a fucking 16-year-old, which is so creepy.
It's so creepy. It's so fucking weird.
But you want them to be more adult in some ways and more childlike in other ways, and it's just so gross.
It is. And it's just like, it's so rude. It's so rude to call him out specifically, because he's talented. He is obviously trying. And like, as you said, he's not an adult. He's not fully formed yet. And like, you're complaining that he's not blowing you out of the water. He's not blowing your socks off. It's like, what do you, like, we're at the stage where like there's talent happening here, and you're worried that he's not interesting enough. I don't know what to tell you, Simon. It really pissed me off.
Yeah.
It really, really did.
Like, ultimately on this show, like, none of the, no offense, but like, none of the people I see are like ready to be, you know, on records and do performances and whatever. So it's like, you have to, you know that you have to take a chance with every single person.
Right, exactly.
Not to take a chance, but
we took a chance.
But like, you know that you're taking like a leap of faith with each person. So like, it's not, yeah, I don't know. It's just not, it doesn't seem fair, but
no,
whatever.
I agree. And it was very unfair to specifically talk about Liam, especially have a whole segment. Okay, I need to calm down. Let's move on.
But yeah, anyway, so that's the end of X Factor and Extra Factor episode, what was it, 7?
I think you said 7.
I think I did too. Yeah, it's 7.
Okay.
But we did find some found footage of like Niall and Liam pre One Direction, like on X Factor. Like one of the X Factor contestants was like filming Niall while he is sat on these like little bleachers, it looks like, and playing guitar, singing Justin Bieber with like a group of other people.
Oh my god.
And yeah, it's just so funny.
It's so funny. And it's so fun watching him like you know, this is downtime when they've been probably practicing their dancing.
Based on their outfits, it was the same day as the dancing experience.
Yes, thank you. So they've been practicing their dancing, and now he's out there, he's singing his heart out with his little guitar and like surrounded by these other guys. Like, it was just fun to watch, and I was like, hee. Like, over here kicking my feet, listening to little Niall singing Justin Bieber, which I like, that, like, his early music was like, I loved it when I was a young child.
But what I found, this is the reason I put it on here, is because of Niall and Liam, like, being kind of, you know, filmed together and like seeing them interact a little bit and stuff. And it's just so funny because like Liam he just like looks kind of awkward, and like he's like standing there, he kind of wants to join in but doesn't really know how to, and looks like kind of like lurking over there. And I love him, but it was a little hard to watch because I relate to that so hard.
Yeah, like, because the camera just like pans over to him and he's like standing there, and you're just like, you can see that he wants to join. He wants to come over there, and he does. Yeah.
But he was in this video, he's singing Baby, by the way. And Liam like ends up to go sit like behind him. Like, that's oh my god, it's just, I know, I just relate to this like feeling so hard, so much, like not wanting to join in, like you're not really being excluded, but you're not really being super invited either, so you're like, how do I do this? but then you do it because you have, like, you're like, you owe it to yourself.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of, but you still feel so awkward, and it doesn't really pay off very much.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
That's just my experience. I could be projecting. But then at the very end of this video, Liam, like, kind of, like, pats Niall on the back.
Yeah! I oh my god, I like, literally giggled, like, alone in my apartment. I was just like, I was a little bit more, I wasn't, like, more like that. That's more like it.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it was so cute. And again, going back to that like organic interaction between them before the what's it called? Media training. Before the media training.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then they also included, like, the rap, and I think Niall knew the whole rap.
He did. Of course he did. He wants to be the Irish Justin Bieber. Of course he's gonna know the rap.
There is something about that. There was something so real and, like, raw about him rapping, and, like, just so almost nostalgic, that because it was not super, no offense, it was not super, like, performance-y. Like, it was like we're kind of goofing around a little bit, but he also knows the words. It just made me feel like I was there.
Yes.
I'm like, I know this feels like. If I was there, I would just know exactly, like, what direction the wind is blowing and what the air smells like. I would know exactly what's going on here.
Right. Yeah. Like, I know. It felt like my brain immediately went to kind of that, like, fan fiction. Like, I was like, what, like, where would I be sitting? Like,
we are on different pages.
I think we are on different pages.
I'm just like, what a phenomenon.
And I'm like, oh my god, Niall, twirling my hair, kicking my legs.
Where am I gonna get my Zayn video or even anything else?
I know, I'm being fed over here. Like, I ate that up.
Oh my god. 2010. And then you rediscovered the one time he does. So he does another one.
Yeah, there was another one. It was recommended to me after I watched the initial video that you put on there, and I was like, whoa! And I watched it, and the ending is hilarious. Because it's just, like, the song ends, and they're just like, Niall's like, wanka or something. And I was like, that's, it was just funny. It was just funny.
He just, like, looked like such a little boy. He was just like, wanker, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
like, and he said a couple other, I don't remember what else he said.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber. Yeah. Wanker. Justin Bieber. Get wank. Fuck. Cunt.
But it was some naughty words.
It was a lot of naughty words. It was so naughty.
He just looked like he was like 12 in that moment. Yeah. To be fair, he does look very young.
He does.
In general, right, at this time. And a lot of times.
Yeah.
But anyway. But yeah, I feel like I chose that video. Not chose it. Like, I had to share it with the world and, like, talk about it. But it is just so interesting that none of these guys know each other. Mm-hmm. And, like, so soon, they're going to have to get to know each other so much and kind of rely on each other for their career.
Yeah.
And they just know each other as much as they know anyone else.
Exactly.
In the show or in their category or something like that. And it's just... I feel like I'm right along there with them in a way. Like something's gonna change so fast, and they don't know what's about to happen, and, like, oh man, it's just so weird.
Yeah, at least we have the advantage of knowing what's gonna happen. They had.
But to be fair, when you go on X Factor or anything like that, your hope is to win and to become famous and become a performer and get these opportunities. So, like, they honestly, it's not like they're expecting that, but that is part of the potentials for them.
Yeah, like the dream of it all.
But it's like not knowing whether you're gonna go back home and just go back to nothing, or not nothing, but go back to regular life, or be catapulted into this world. It's just so crazy, and it happens so fast. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And to be fair, they don't you know, we'll talk about this more and more later, but like they don't break the US for a while, but they kind of become famous in the UK, and they have a lot of fangirls already just from the X Factor like experience, and like just experiencing like I guess like the stalking and like paparazzi and stuff right away.
Yeah.
But it happens so early on.
It does. Yeah, it really does.
But anyway, that was the end of Bootcamp episode 1.
Yahoo!
Will they make it past the Bootcamp?
Oh my god.
For episode 2?
We don't know.
We will see. Next time, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, I'm on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, and we'll talk about the formation.
The formation.
Of One Direction. The creation of our boy band.
Yay! I'm excited.
Yeah.
This is the beginning. We're only at the beginning.
We're only at the beginning.
Oh my god.
I don't want to leave.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.